Alabama Riverboat co-captain speaks out after the famous WWE-style brawl that happened this month. Now, I will not play the entire fight because I don't want to get a warning from YouTube, but I will play for you the infamous or the famous hat tossing scene. Alright, that's all you're going to get from me right here for that. But I know you wanted to see it. But anyway, I guess that's going to be a new way of knowing that it's on. Once I take my head off and toss it in the air, yeah, there we go. I better put those fists up. Anyway, he comes out, he speaks out about what happened. He said he held on for dear life. Damian Pickett is his name, said his crew asked the occupants of a pontoon boat at least 5 or 6 times to move from the docking spot dedicated to the Harriet II riverboat. They responded by giving us the finger for several minutes. These men were very obnoxious. They were a bunch of drunken idiots. After being ignored, Pickett and the dockmen then untied their boat, and moved it 3 steps to the right, then tied again. Now, that's not that far. It's not like he untied it and pushed out down the river. He just moved it, a few steps over, and that was it. I don't see a problem with that. But these guys, they were very obnoxious and entitled in a way, and they didn't want him touching their boat. But he was just doing his job, and so then he got attacked, and the rest is history. But there have been some charges. As of today, I saw there is a 5th person charged in the brawl. It was from this crew of drunken idiots, I should say. Now, I don't think this was an attack based on race. I don't think they attacked him because he was black. That's just my opinion based on what I've seen. The reason why I say that is because the young kid, the young guy that came to help him out, his coworker, was white, and he got punched in the stomach. So if it was racially motivated, I don't think he would have been attacked as well. I think it's because they were a bunch of drunken, stupid idiots. And I will get to more of that in a second. And apparently these guys caused some problems in the past at this place, according to, here go the drunken idiots right here. They caused some problems in the past. So this is nothing new. They just seem to be like troublemakers. They come here in the summer. They probably have a little bit of money is what I'm assuming. They may feel a little bit of entitlement. I don't know. They're just some jackasses in my opinion. I don't know. But I'm glad they were charges were brought against these guys. But I want you to watch this video from Jason Whitlock and what he has to say about it. This is about 2-3 minutes long, so bear with me here.
Especially in environments rife with alcohol. Normally, these conflicts do not make national news or trend over social media. The Montgomery incident would not be interesting if the security guard and his initial attackers were of the same race. It would just be men behaving badly.
Is he wrong about that? If they were all the same race, if they were all black, if they were all white, if they were all Hispanic, whatever, would have made national headlines.
Another piece of content for World Star Hip Hop. I'll give you an example. A week ago, 10 men in Los Angeles bludgeoned a security guard to death. No one tried to rescue the security guard. Onlookers fled. Take a listen to this, I think, KTLA news report.
Pedro Lauren, they say what was crucial here was speaking to the eyewitnesses from the club, but they say that a lot of people, when they saw that fight escalate, saw the violence happen, that a lot of people fled, left the area, went home, and they say if anyone saw something, knows something about this incident, to contact them immediately. Reporting live, I'll send it back to you both in the studios.
That's why we say if you see something, say something. Thank you, Annie Rose.
All right, now we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
So, I said this yesterday, and I'm sure some people were upset because some of our regular viewers, I was in the chat last night, I was reading the comments yesterday and today. Some of you are caught up in this race war, and you've picked sides based on race, and you can't see the bigger picture, and you're upset about my point of view and perspective on this. I am not remotely backing down. What I said yesterday is true. If the combatants in Montgomery had all been of the same color, particularly black, everybody would flee. And no one would have any information for the cops. I just showed you what happened a week ago. Black security guard bludgeoned by black men. Everybody fled. No one saw anything. No one's helping the cops. This goes on all the time. What made Montgomery interesting is that the security guard was black and his initial attackers were white. Social media, particularly Twitter, has programmed many Americans to interpret the world through racial lenses. That's being woke. All interaction between men and women of different races is potentially racist, especially if any of the engagement is negative toward the black person. The white men are not just drunken idiots, they're racist drunken idiots. There's thousands of years of history showing that men are drunken idiots regardless of race. But that doesn't matter. At the behest of the elites who control corporate and social media, all engagement between different races must be interpreted through a racial prism. Why? Who benefits? The elites, the global millionaires and billionaires, and the influencers they control. They want the black security guard to believe that the white landscaper is their mortal enemy, the man behind a plot to deny black progress. The elites want the white landscaper to believe the black security guard is the man living off government giveaways and driving higher taxes.
Now, he says a lot there, and he's right about that. He's right about a lot of things, for one. He's right about the corporate elites and the elites in D.C. and government overall pushing this race nonsense that the white man, the media especially, are pushing this nonsense. Because I looked up, when I was looking at this story, I found multiple articles and they all said the same thing. White man, white man, white man. Another shirtless white man comes up and hits the black man. Instead of it just being another shirtless man came and attacked the co-captain, they had to put race into it. And this is why a lot of people who fail to do research or see things for what they are and what is being pushed on us, they buy this nonsense. They buy into this nonsense. Of course, I don't buy into it, obviously, but for some reason that some people might say I'm an Uncle Tom. Hey, that's another story for another day, just because I do my research. But anyway, why was the story about the black security guard who was beaten to death by a mob of savage idiots, why was that not a bigger story? Well, I'll tell you why. Take a look. All right, so the young man who passed away, Daniel Sandifra, if I said that right, was working a security guard shift at Dragonfly Hollywood nightclub. And he was approached by a bunch of men, and they beat him senselessly. Beat him senseless. Now, black men, 2 young girls, and then he was married to a black woman. Why was this not national news? I've only seen it on a couple of websites, but I didn't hear about it on the media. I didn't see videos of anything like this until I watched Jason Whitlock's video talking about this. Well, he's right. It wasn't national news because the attackers were not white. The reason why I know this is because it was not national news. Okay, so I did some research. The guy who was the rapper who was performing there that night, yes, he's black. And based on some of the pictures I've seen, there were a lot of black people there that come there to watch these artists, these musicians perform. Now, not like the video says, people they fled, they went home, they didn't say anything. If it was a bunch of white guys attacking a black man, I guarantee you this would have been a bigger story. I can guarantee that, because anytime you have a white person attacking a black person, it becomes a story. But if it's black on black crime, it's just another day. And that's a big problem for me. But the media doesn't really care. Democrats don't care. The left doesn't care. They want to push an agenda. They want to push a story because they're trying to divide you and myself. Look, I feel really bad about this situation that happened, and I wish it got more attention. But the reason why there hasn't been national news is because, like I said, I will say it again, until the left people, if you're a liberal watching this thing, if you're someone in the middle, and maybe it'll offend you, I don't know. But it's because the attackers were likely black, and they weren't white, so it's not a story. So that is my take on this crazy incident from Alabama. I don't think it was racially motivated. I don't think he was attacked because he was black. I think they were just a bunch of drunken idiots. Like Whitlock said, there has been a history of men acting stupid when alcohol is involved. I've seen it in person. Doesn't matter what race you are. If you have too much alcohol in you, alcohol inside of you, you're going to do act. A lot of times you're going to do something stupid. The chances of you doing something stupid increases dramatically. I've seen drunken white men. I've seen drunken black men, drunken Hispanic men, and look, I'm not innocent myself. I've probably said and done some stupid things. Not this stupid, but when I've had too much alcohol inside of me, I have said some things that I should not have said. I have not been thinking rationally. I may have gotten behind the wheel at some point and did something. I could have done something stupid. But there's a history of men being drunk and obnoxious over the course of history. It's nothing new. Now, you may have a different opinion on this incident than me, but I'm glad that he finally spoke out about this, and his captain, or his colleague, came out and said himself he doesn't believe this is racially motivated. And like I said, this is just an unfortunate incident with a bunch of drunken idiots who have caused problems before, and the guy happens to be black. And I'm glad he was okay. But all right, guys, thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care.